Welcome back, family. Jonathan Majors. He's in some serious hot water. He's been charged with committing domestic battery against his girlfriend. So much so that her fingers are bruised and her ears were bloody with lacerations. Very ugly thing if it's true. You gotta remember though, most of the times when women claim to have been battered by their significant other, it's probably true. But there is a small percentage of the times when the women are making this thing up. And even smaller a percentage when there's a third party author that conjures up these things and the two people that were involved had nothing to do with what is being drawn up. Jonathan Majors, let's keep in mind, has been working his whole life to be in the position that he's in currently. He attended Yale. Now keep in mind, Yale is not just a school that any one of us can get to. You have to had put in some serious studying time, some serious sacrifice to be able to qualify to attend Yale. And once you're there, again, sacrifice to be able to graduate from a prestigious school like that. Not only graduate, Majors graduated with a master's. And keep in mind, these things don't happen overnight. Look at his physical appearance. He didn't get that way by going to the gym last week. He's been working on this for a very long time. One allegation comes through, loses all of it. Well, not his physical appearance, but it might cause him to lose steam from that engine that had propelled him to get to that place physically. But his ad campaigns are gone. His next movie is gone. His publishing company dropped him. His management company dropped him. Because of some allegations. Just like everything else, celebrity has its pros and its cons. We don't need to discuss the pros, we all know what it is. But some of the cons is that when you elevate to a celebrity status and are presumably rich, you shown a particular light that attracts people. And some people will do anything to get next to that light and share in that energy. And they'll do whatever it takes, including lie, steal, and cheat. Now, I gotta tell you, after having examined the evidence here, there certainly was a crime committed, undoubtedly. But the victim was Jonathan Majors. So what happened here? Before we get into it, I want you to know that everything I'm about to say, there's video evidence to support this. The cops or the prosecutor is aware of these videos, and Major's lawyer actually shared some of these videos with the Insider and are available online. So I'll share some of them. So Majors and his girlfriend Jabari were in a cab going from one place to another. He begins a text chat with some female, and his girlfriend sees this, and by a fit of jealousy, she lunges at him, trying to retrieve the phone to see what exactly he was talking about, presuming he might be cheating. Pretty common. They ensue into, I guess, a struggling match. Cab driver pulls over. Majors attempts to leave the cab, but Jabari is yanking on his coat. Now keep in mind, Majors is a big boy, but Jabari exerts such force that she actually ends up ripping his jacket. Ironically, as this was going on, a group of women that were passing by jumps on Majors, recognizing him, hugging him, and asked for a selfie, which he obliged. Video evidence shows at some point, Majors and Jabari were conversing somehow about something, and then they go their separate ways. Next step, Majors goes to check into a hotel for the night. Jabari goes clubbing. Evidence shows that cell phone records verify that Majors was in this hotel from the time he checked in to approximately 6 or 7 a.m. Jabari has video evidence that she had been club hopping all night without any signs of injury. Now, Majors is being charged of injuring her during this dispute around midnight in Chinatown. Supposedly, the cops are saying this is when the injuries occurred. But with the videotape of her clubbing, hugging people, using her hands, there is no evidence of any injury. These videotapes have been supplied to the prosecutors. Keep that in mind.
Text before turning off his phone. But perhaps the most important part of all of this is the footage obtained by Jonathan Majors' team of Jabari in that nightclub minutes after the fight took place, and for hours she stays there with no apparent signs of being hurt whatsoever. In fact, the footage shows her using her right hand many times, walking up the stairs as we can see here, and then in some other footage as you can see here, she goes up to the DJ and he grabs her by the hand and she has no signs of being hurt.
Now, with the cab incident, not only do they have surveillance footage, the driver has also been in touch with Major's lawyer and informed her that there was no physical altercation in the cab other than the little tussle trying to get the phone. Majors never raised his voice and never laid a hand on her. The next morning, Majors returned to his penthouse apartment, but found that the bathroom door was locked, so he called the maintenance man to help him unlock it. When they did so, they found Jabari's half-naked body passed out in the closet. Now, the maintenance man is also available to testify and is willing to testify as to this being the truth. Unaware who Major was, you can hear by way of body cam footage some of the officers commenting as to how this particular person can afford to live in such a luxurious place. Also caught on body cam was one of the officers trying to coax Jabari to saying that she sustained these injuries by the hands of Majors, after having said numerous times that she don't know what happened. It's also caught on tape that she admitted to one of the emergency respondance personnel that she was drunk and took sleeping pills the night before and don't know how she wound up in the closet. You don't have to be a forensic specialist to figure it out. You're drinking and taking sleeping pills. We know what happened to you, but the cops were quick to arrest Majors, and at this point, okay, I could understand. There's a woman bleeding, and there was a supposed fight the night before. You have to arrest somebody. You take the man. Okay, I could get with that. But Jabari goes to the hospital, has interview with the police. She tells them that Major has nothing to do with this, that it was her fault that they got into a fight from her trying to grab his phone, and that she doesn't want anything to come of this, and they assured her of this. Now, let's look at a text chat between Jabari and Majors. Let me know you're okay when you get this. They assured me that you won't be charged. They said they had to arrest you as protocol when they saw the injuries on me and they knew we had a fight. I'm sorry that they did this. and I'm sorry you're in this position. We'll make sure nothing happens about this. I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. I only just got out the hospital. Just call me when you're out. I love you." Then she goes on to say, "They just called again to check on me, and I reiterated how this was not an attack and they do not have my blessing on any charges being placed." Now, for the life of me, I have not seen a more innocent man ever. I understand with the initial arrest, there's a process that must take place. But after the first court date, when the prosecutor has all this evidence, a mountain of evidence proving his innocence, when she or he has all this evidence in hand, why wasn't there a public apology and this case dismissed immediately, dropped, an apology issued? Why not? There is a strong possibility of a defamation of character lawsuit from her and him. You know how much money you cost this man? You know how much grief you've caused this woman who wanted nothing to do with this? You know what she must be going through? She lost the man that she loved, an A-list celebrity, and she's in this whirlwind of heat. That's some sort of trauma. Now, remember what I said earlier. Sometimes when a person is shining so bright, there are some people who are willing to do whatever it takes to get next to that person, including lying, cheating, and stealing. Unfortunately for Mr. Majors, the prosecutors are no different. They want to be next to that star. They want to bask in that energy. They want to align themselves to you. So they're willing to lie, steal, and cheat you out of what you work so hard for. I don't know what y'all think, but this is incredibly criminal as far as I'm concerned. Maybe they're just waiting for the next court date, which is August 3rd, to dismiss it. Maybe they'll do the right thing then. But until then, they're going to continue to bask in the star that is Jonathan Majors at his expense. What do y'all think? Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments. I'll be sure to answer most of them, all of them if possible. And I'll catch you on the next one.